Hi everyone, I've been making these lovely little flowers for the Jubilee and I just want to share with you how I've been making them. They're pretty straightforward, they're just 3 rounds and that is round 1. So I make a magic ring, 3 chains for height and a treble and 1 chain. That gives me a little cluster of 2 trebles. The 3 chains for height counts as a treble. And then I repeat that, but by the second time, obviously, I don't need the chains for height. So I just simply do 2 trebles as a chain, repeat it 4 times. So 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. So I get 6 little clusters in total. And I start using a red colour. If you're not sure how to do the magic ring, there are lots of different websites and YouTube videos out there that show you how to do it. I loop it around my fingers, pull the yarn through, and then I kind of hold everything tight, so it's like that. So 3 chains for height and then a treble. To do the treble, you put yarn over, you go through, pull another yarn, so you have 3 little loops on your hook, pull through 2, so you have 2 little loops on your hook, and pull through 2 again, so you end up with just the 1 working hoop. So that's the 3 chains for height and the treble. I do 1 more chain and then the second cluster, 2 trebles. That's 1 treble, 2 trebles and the chain. So I now repeat those 2 trebles and the chain 4 more times. Force of habit, I did 2 chains, it's 1 chain, so I just took 1 back. One more. That's that last cluster and the chain, and I'm just going to count to make sure. So we have the first one, which is 3 chains for height, a treble. Then we have the 2 trebles and the chain, and we repeat that 4 times. So that's 1 repeat, 2 repeats, 3 repeats, 4 repeats. Close the loop. And then I slip stitch onto the top of that first chain. So that's the first chain, that's the top chain on the, I cut the thread and then I pull it through to the back. That's the front, that's the back. I will tie these in at the end. And that is the first round. For the second round, I will be using white. So round 2, I will do 2 half trebles in the space. So in those spaces. And then 2 chains. And I will repeat that 5 times, so I will end up with 6 little clusters. So to start with the half trebles, you can join the yarn and do 2 chains for height. I do mine slightly differently. I'll show you that again. So put the needle through, twist it, and then I pull it through and tighten it up. That gives me my starting chain. It's as if I was at the, you know, sort of halfway through making the half trebles. So for half treble you put one more on the hook. I'll find one of those spaces, pull another loop through, and then you go through all the loops at once. So that's one half treble done, and a second half treble, and then 2 chains. So find the next chain space, which is there, 1, 2 trebles, 2 chains, and you do that all the way around. 2 chain, 1, 2 half trebles, 2 chains, 2 half trebles, 2 chains, 2 half trebles, 2 chains. When you reach the end, it can be quite tricky to put your hook back through that top. So what I tend to do is I pull my end over and hold it tightly, and then I'll put my hook through, and I'll show you how it comes through. You have to put it through just on those loops to make it look nice. So that's that side, and if you look underneath, I'll just move everything out of the way for you. You can see how it goes through. Alternatively, if you've used 2 chains for height, you would just slip stitch onto the top of that 2 chain. Cut the thread, pull it through, and then again I just pull it through that same space onto the back, and that is round 2. There's only one more round to go. Like I said, these are very quick to make. Once you get going, once you've made a few of them, you'll be flying through them. And for this one I will use blue. So the last round, it's where you're making the petals. So you make 7 trebles in the space and 1 double crochet in between the half trebles. So the 7 trebles will go into that space, and the double crochet will go in between these. So you would make it in there, and you repeat this 5 times so that you end up with your 6 petals. Again, I'm going to join the way that I prefer, which is to make that little loop and start crocheting. You can do the 3 chains for height. So we need 7 trebles in the space. I am going to make 6, and then my last stitch will be my 7th treble there. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a double crochet in between those 2 half trebles, and then we continue with 7 trebles on each of those spaces. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a double crochet, 7 trebles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I am using these colours because I'm making these for the Jubilee. I'm going to make some with a little safety pin at the back, so I can sort of pin it as a brooch, and I'm going to turn some into little bunting. 1 2 3 4, I lost count. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I'm not sure how I'm going to join the bunting together. Might just make a long length of something about this wide, maybe 3 or 4 double crochets all the way along. 4 5 6 7, and then I can sew the flowers onto that little band, and that's it. Now we're on the last petal, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. My double crochet in between those trebles from the row before, and if you remember, I've done 6 on here, so I need my last treble on that space, and then I join it up to the top. There we go. I mean, you can start wherever you like. I just prefer starting sort of in between a petal, because then when I sew the ends, it just all makes it look slightly neater in my point of view. So there we go. Just got to sew those ends in. They don't take long at all. I'm not going to put you through to that. You know how to sew ends in, and that's what it looks like. You can make these in lots of different colours. They do look pretty. You can make it in 2 colours. Just have where I've put the white, have it as the second and the third row as the same colour. That looks quite pretty as well. It makes a slightly bigger petals on your flowers. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.